Hello. So today I've got tree pruning. Some of you may ask, why am I pruning in the winter? Well, I'm making small cuts, and that is a major point. I'll tell you why. Smaller cuts in the winter can close better in the spring. If you know anything about trees, it's that cutting in the winter can create frost damage, but because I'm not making very large cuts, that's not gonna create too much damage to this tree. So it's pretty good because all these young trees also are super vigorous. So once they get the energy in the spring, they will close up those wounds really fast. And also another reason why I'm doing it in the winter is there's a bunch of other trees here that I've got to prune this spring. And if I have a ton of trees all at once, I am worried I'm not going to do the best job I can. So anyway, I've got my pole saw. That's the saw for the pole saw. I had to take it apart. This is the on my bag. It has my loppers, my little pruners, my chainsaw, which I'm not going to use. And then I've got Silky Zubot, brand new. So I'm really excited to use that. So I'll get y'all set up and yeah, we'll start the video. Okay, we're gonna start with these branches, these lower ones first. I'll take care of the smaller ones and yeah, we'll just get started. Always be sure to clean your pruning tools. I'm just spraying Lysol on. I did a deep clean with these earlier this week, but I just want to be sure that they're clean. All right, so what I have here is I want to demonstrate where I'm going to cut. This is a branch collar. You might want to actually be a little closer. I will be cutting at the branch collar. I'm coming around back. You guys won't see me, but you'll hear my voice. So this is a branch collar. You can see it's a slightly bit of bulge here. I'm pointing at it right here. I'm gonna make a cut right there. But first I'm gonna take the weight off of this branch. And so I'll make my finished cut right here. And I'll just show you what I do first. So what I do first is I take the weight off by cutting here. This is a ratcheting one and it's kind of tight. I recently tightened it, which may not have been the best decision. But as you can see, branch is off. And yeah, now I gotta make my finished cut. I'll turn y'all a little bit so you can watch from a bit better of a view. And I don't really like rubbing the bark off of trees that I'm pruning because that can create a not great situation. It just makes it more difficult for the tree to recover. There, as you can see, actually, it did what I don't want it to do. So I'm actually gonna stop using them. You can see it rubs the bark off, and I think they might be a little dull. So I won't use those anymore for major cuts I'm doing. I'm gonna move to my smaller ones. They're still ratcheting, but in my experience, they don't damage the bark as easily. So yeah. And then I'm gonna be removing this one because it's still pretty low. So right here, I can just make a finished cut right away. All right, there, celery right here. If you're wondering why these lines are here, it's because I climbed up this without any ropes. So to go down, I kind of just slid down, but okay. Yeah. Now I'm debating whether I should fully remove this branch here or if I should do it slowly. And I think my consensus is make a reduction. And what's a reduction, you may ask? Well, let me show you. If I cut back to this branch, that is a reduction. And it tells the tree, hey, this branch has a new path, which can either tell the tree, all right, I'll start sending more nutrients to this branch to make it grow more, or it says to the tree, hey, this branch is not really producing that much, so why don't you just, start developing a branch bark ridge and a collar, which is a more defined area. Right now you can see it kind of lacks that. So I showed you the collar on this one, but basically says, yeah, develop a branch collar, because this branch is probably going to go soon. So that is what I will do. All right, silky saw, clean it. Always make sure you have clean tools. That's something I really didn't know. So it's good that I know. I've known it for the past while that I have been pruning, but I'm actually amazed I didn't know it when I pruned my first bush. And I will make a reduction to here. Actually, no, this is less than a third. I did not tell you guys, but if you cut a branch to, on a reduction to a branch that's less than a third the size, so like if I cut this as a reduction here, this twig would probably die because it's just too big of a wound for the branch to really care. And it's just like, the tree's like, why should I even keep sending nutrients here if it's really not going to be producing that much for me? So always be sure you make the right reduction. Okay, as I'm getting used to this, you may have seen me nick this branch a bit. Let me check how that branch is. Yeah, so what you want to try to avoid is you want to avoid what I was just doing, which is nicking the branch. It's not great, but it will. It's a young tree, it will develop. And I'm still gonna get rid of this branch because I want this to be the primary, and this is pretty big, but just try not to make nicks on branches because it does create more damage for the tree to heal. Well, trees don't heal, they seal, but it's just way easier to say heal, to use terms that a lot of people know. What I mean by seal is this wood will not become bark. The outer edge, which is cambium, will become the bark, but just remember that. I was getting called, so I gotta go real quick. Okay, it's lunchtime for me, so I gotta go, but I'm just gonna take this branch off quick. Okay, gotta go. All right, I'm back after like an hour. I had to go eat, but that's fine. I've got a couple more things that I've got to do with this tree, and then I'll be completely ready to go. And we'll start with the top, making reductions there. So, yep. All right. I'm just gonna reduce this branch. And this branch. I reduced this one mainly because it's crossing up there. And then, if I can, I'm gonna reduce this one because reductions are always good. Then I've got this one because it's crossing. Basically, this tells the tree, hey, this branch is completely coming off very soon. So start reducing your nutrients and start strengthening branches like these ones to stay. And now I can start focusing on taller things. So I'll move y'all over here. Actually, what I'm gonna do first, so that I can see more clearly, is I am going to prune this box elder, because this has 2 trunks. I've made a couple YouTube shorts about it, I think. It has 2 trunks. This left trunk is encroaching on the ash tree, which I want to preserve, especially since box elder trees are not lived quite as long. Ash trees can live a long time. Meanwhile, box elders only live like 80 years. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna cut this right here. I don't know if you can fully see that. I'm gonna cut this, make a big reduction to here, and yeah, just make a lot of reductions. Tell the box elder tree, hey, this trunk is going away. So just basically same primary principle of a normal reduction. So get right to it. It's cold. I've got this first, so I'm just gonna reduce this. Okay, so I'm gonna actually fully remove this branch because my mom's a teacher here and she just told me, kids, grab this and pull it down. Right, Mom? Yeah. Kids, grab this and pull it down. All right, so this whole branch has got to go. There, it's gone. And now I've got to finish what I'm going to do. I'm gonna cut that off, and yeah, so you can watch this from up here. Wow, that saw cuts so smooth. No wonder it's called silky. Oh my gosh. Dude, this thing is nice. Holy cow. All right, as you can see, the top is on the ground. It's been reduced. The ash tree has much more room to grow. I'm gonna make one more reduction. It's on this branch, and I'll just make it right now. That's a crappy reduction cut, but as I said, this whole trunk's getting cut off soon anyway, so it doesn't matter all too much. I'm really wanting to tell this tree, this trunk's getting cut off basically next year, and just don't send nutrients to it because this thing is gonna die. Now I'm gonna cut a branch off of this box elder. Wow, there's so much more in this tree. Yep. Anyway, I'm gonna cut this up. I mean, okay, I just want to tell you, Silky is a really good saw brand. They are expensive. I got this off for half off. It's a Silky Zubot 270. It was 57 bucks when I got it on sale. Usually they're like 107. They are expensive, but I never expected this thing to be so good. It's just, it cuts like butter. Like, it looks like a lot of cuts, but there's no effort in the cuts. Like, even if I press down, it's not that much effort. It's crazy. So if you're considering buying a different saw, And the Silky's on sale. Definitely get the Silky. Holy cow. That was so fast. Holy cow. Ugh. I might be cutting that other trunk off, but not today. I'm just gonna go throw this wood on the path. It's a wood path, so I'm gonna go do that. All the wood's on the path now, so I'm gonna move on to the leaders of this ash tree. So, yep. Yeah, wow, that's high. I actually don't know if I can get that. I might actually have to climb up. Wow. Okay, I'm finally done with this tree. How long did that take? 34 minutes? Over that? Definitely more than that, but yep, you can see this tree's on a good way. You may think I removed a lot, but basically what I did is I took all the branches off to form a good central leader, which is on there now. And then I thinned the rest of the canopy to match this central leader, to get those branches to be strong to withstand heavy winds. And sure, I could have made a bit more reductions up top, but I can't get up there. It's way too high for me. And personally, they're gonna create a very strong structure for this tree, so where it can resist very high winds. There are actually studies, researchers who have shown that getting it down to a central leader will create a massively strong structure to where, in their tests actually, one of the trees withstood like 100-mile-an-hour winds without losing a single branch. Yeah, it bent over, but it did not crack, it did not break, it did not do anything. And then compared to an unpruned tree, the unpruned tree just basically, if you can imagine, self-destructed. So yeah, it's very incredible what pruning can do. So this is very good for me to learn how dangerous tree work is, and that when you're doing tree work, you've got to be safe. Anyway, there's a couple more trees I got to prune that I know the pole saw is going to reach, so I'll get onto those, but that'll be in a separate video. Anyway, as you saw today, I did a lot of pruning in this tree. Got it down very, very good. I've been staring at this tree for so long, being like, dude, I gotta prune that thing. And I did. So I took off some branches off this tree, and I got all these trees really good. This was a huge, huge reduction, but this trunk's getting cut off anyway. Ooh, branch up here. But yeah, I'm gonna clean all this up after, but anyway, you saw I spent so long on these two trees, and I got them off to a good start. They're gonna be very beautiful, strong trees in the future. I'm just so thankful for that. Anyway, my channel's still small. I got 122 subscribers right now. I'd really appreciate a subscription, and I hope that y'all stay safe. Have a great day, and God bless y'all. Have a great day. Bye.